All right, let's just jump right into this, because we're talking about something pretty historic. This is the story of the single largest loss of personal wealth in human history. We're talking about a guy who gets to the absolute peak, richer than anyone has ever been, and then loses a fortune so big it's larger than the entire economy of some countries. But what happens after he loses it? Well, that's the real story here. I mean, just look at that number, $200 billion. Poof, gone. Just wiped off the books in a little over a year. To put that into perspective, that is more money than almost any other person in history has ever had, let alone lost. It's a world record that absolutely no one wants to hold.
And this was his reaction. While the rest of the financial world is having a collective heart attack, the man at the center of it all, Elon Musk, seems completely unfazed. He pretty much just shrugs it off. So how on earth is that possible? That's the big mystery we're going to unpack.
To really get why he reacted that way, we first have to understand exactly what went down. Because this wasn't some slow, gradual decline. No, this was a financial cliff dive.
So here's the timeline. Back in November 2021, Musk's net worth hits this insane peak of $340 billion. He is, by a massive margin, the richest person to ever walk the planet. Then, fast forward about a year, he pulls the trigger and buys Twitter. And just 2 months after that, his fortune has cratered by $200 billion. The speed of it all is just staggering.
So here's the cause and effect, plain and simple. The vast majority of Musk's wealth was all tied up in his Tesla stock. So when he bought Twitter, investors started to panic. They got worried he was taking his eye off the ball, that his focus was no longer on the car company that made him rich. And the result? Tesla's stock took a nosedive, down 65%, and his net worth went right down with it.
Which brings us right back to that core question. How can any person watch all of this happen, watch a historic fortune just evaporate, and genuinely not seem to care? To find that answer, we actually have to go way back to the very beginning.
You know, a mindset like this isn't something you just develop overnight. It was forged over decades of making bets that literally everyone else thought were completely insane. His whole career has just been one high-stakes gamble after another.
If you look at his early life, you can already see this high tolerance for risk. He was such a voracious reader, he literally read every single book in his local library. Then he leaves his home country all by himself at 17. And then comes this move that just defines his entire career. He gets into a prestigious PhD program at Stanford and drops out after just 2 days. Why? Because he couldn't stand the thought of missing out on the internet boom of 1995. He saw a window and he jumped through. So his first company was a thing called Zip2. He worked so hard, he literally slept in the office and lived on $1 a day. It paid off, the company sold, and at 28, boom, he's a multimillionaire. Now, most people would cash out, buy an island, and call it a day. But Musk, he immediately rolled every single penny into his next crazy idea, which eventually became PayPal. And when eBay bought PayPal, he was 31 and worth over $165 million. He was set for life.
But this is where his mindset really becomes crystal clear. He takes almost that entire fortune from PayPal and bets it all on 3 ideas that the world thought were pure science fiction: private space travel with SpaceX, electric cars with Tesla, and solar energy with SolarCity. He left himself with practically nothing. This was the exact opposite of diversifying your portfolio. This was the definition of going all in.
And that massive bet, it nearly destroyed him. In 2008, his entire empire was teetering on the edge of collapse, bringing him to the most critical make or break moment of his entire life.
The year 2008 was just a complete nightmare. You've got the global financial crisis raging, and for Musk, everything that could possibly go wrong did. He was staring down the barrel of total, catastrophic failure. Let me just paint a picture of how dire this was. SpaceX had already had 3 rocket launches in a row fail. One more, and they were done, bankrupt. At the exact same time, Tesla was just burning through cash, and in the middle of a financial crisis, nobody was investing. His personal money? All gone. He was so broke he was literally borrowing money from friends just to pay his rent. He had to face an impossible choice: use the last bit of capital he had to save one of his companies and just accept that the other one was going to die. But this right here is the whole point. When he was asked if he ever thought about quitting during that disastrous 3rd rocket failure, this was his answer. The man just does not have a give-up switch. So instead of picking one company, he split the last of his money between them, risking absolute everything on the long-shot hope that both could somehow, miraculously, survive. And then, the impossible happened. It's like something out of a movie. SpaceX's fourth launch is a perfect success. Just days later, NASA, seeing that it actually worked, awarded the company a massive $1.6 billion contract. SpaceX was saved. At the exact same time, Tesla, which was literally one day away from going bankrupt, managed to secure a last-minute $40 million investment. In the span of just a few days, both companies were pulled back from the brink of death. His insane all-in bet had actually paid off.
That whole experience in 2008, that trial by fire, it basically cemented the philosophy that explains everything, including why he could just shrug off losing $200 billion. It's a completely different way of looking at what wealth even is.
Okay, so this gets right to the heart of it. For most of us, and for all of standard financial advice, wealth is the goal. Your net worth, that's reality, and you protect it by diversifying. But for Musk, wealth is just a tool, like a wrench or a hammer. His net worth is just numbers on a scoreboard in a much bigger game. It goes up, it goes down. The real point is to use that tool to reinvest and build stuff. So what's he trying to build? For him, it is all about the mission. Tesla isn't just a car company in his eyes. It's a tool to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. SpaceX isn't just a rocket company. Its whole purpose is to make humanity a multi-planetary species. The money, the billions, it's just the fuel you need to pull off these absolutely epic scale missions.
So when you look at it that way, you start to realize he's not even playing the same game as everyone else. The stock market's daily ups and downs, that's just background noise in a project that spans decades.
And this is the proof, right here. This is why that loss was just on paper. By late 2023, Tesla stock had more than doubled from its lowest point. And just like that, his net worth shot right back up over $200 billion again. The numbers on the screen changed, but the actual companies, what they were building, that didn't change.
And the game just keeps going. I mean, today, the Tesla Model Y isn't just the best-selling electric car, it's the best-selling car in the entire world, period. SpaceX is building Starship, the biggest rocket ever made, to go to Mars. And he's still pushing ahead with X, with Neuralink, with the Boring Company. He's constantly just reinvesting everything, playing for the long, long term.
So, here's the bottom line. The goal was never the money itself. The goal is planet-altering impact. He believes that if he actually succeeds in these missions, the financial outcome won't be measured in billions, it'll be measured in trillions. The wealth is just a byproduct of the ambition, not the ambition itself.
And that's really the final thought to leave you with. When you can lose $200 billion and your only reaction is to just get back to work, it forces you to ask a totally different question. Is this a game about piling up as much money as you can? Or is it a game where money is just the ammunition you use to try and write your name into the history books?